Ahoy, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's the BBC Spews Live on the 13th of April. I still get confused by the dates out here. Everything's ass backwards. I'll never get used to it. I'll probably won't get used to driving on the other side of the road either. It's just one of those things. I've definitely got used to burgers as big as my fucking head. And what else do I like? Mexican breakfasts, so those boys can cook. We should definitely import a few of them. Anyway, how's everyone doing? I'll tell you what, you might get me for a full hour today because there's some fucking cracking stories to talk about. I was pissing myself laughing. I know it's going to be a good day when I can't hold the fury in and I have to start ranting to my missus while she's making the tea. She's a good egg. She always makes me a cup of tea before. She knows when I'm going to stream. And as she was making the tea, I was like, fucking. It's what happens when I can't keep it in, but my fucking word. I tell you what, the world's gone fucking mad. I mean, to be fair, I've said that about 10,000 times in the last couple of years. It's just lunacy. When I get started on this, so what I've done is I've put the humorous stuff till last. I've took a leaf out of the American cable news networks. Hang on, my mic's a bit bent. Yeah. I've took a label out the American TV news networks book, and what I'm doing is, it's like I'm going to keep the sort of quips for last because the Americans do this mad thing, right? It's like America, nobody wants to be dragged down. It's like, birds kill man. Must be all them Californian elites who run the fucking world out here. So what they do is, it doesn't matter how bad the news is or how much death and misery they've just heaped upon you. In America, it always works the same. They sit there looking somber, right? And it's like, they gloss over all the bad shit, right? So it'll be like, and in today's news, 13 dead in Afghanistan, tumultuous withdrawal, humiliating defeat, tail between legs. What else? 9/11 anniversary, 3,000 dead, butchered by mad jihadis, and blah, blah, economic turmoil, can't feed your kids, starving to death, hobos raping fucking women up and down the country, and AIDS epidemic. Let it go. And now for the end of the news. Man finds 12 kittens hidden inside the U-bend on a train toilet in Montana. They all sit there and they talk about that for a bit, and then it goes to some fucking bucktooth simple news like, I was taking a shit and I found some little kittens around the U-bend, and they go, oh, that's fucking brilliant, that. And they all have a chat, and then it goes back to the newsroom, and they go, oh, see you later, everyone. Yeah, cheers. Have a word with our sponsor, Pfizer. And then it ends. That's basically how they do it in America. It's fucking mad. Because they want you to be stupid, and they want you to be placid, and they want you to be calm and not pay any attention. Said this country's mad. When Charlie Hebdo went off, and they were killing, I took it personally as a free speech advocate and a cartoonist. Well, I use the word very loosely. An amateur scribbler. When they shot up Charlie Hebdo, like, I couldn't believe it, and I went to work the next day. I was like, fucking hell, did you hear about that Charlie Hebdo? Not a single person. Not a single person. Like, what? Who? Who's Charlie? Nobody knew. They didn't have a fucking clue. So what I've done is I've took a leaf out of their book. And I'm going to cover the New York shooting because it'll blow your fucking mind, the stuff that's come out, right? And then I'm going to finish on some funny ones, and I swear to God, there was loads of them on the BBC today. I had to cut it down to 3. I was fucking pissing myself laughing. One of the headlines, I'll just read you the headlines. You can't see them. Right, so this is 7 hours ago, BBC News. Fantastic Beasts 3. Gay dialogue removed from film for Chinese audiences. I fucking love it. What's the dialogue they removed? You're a wizard, Harry. Suckers off. I'm blissfully ignorant of all the Harry Potter stuff, but I just don't see why they have to put it in there. Fantastic Beasts 3. Do you want to see my Fantastic Beasts, Harry? What? Slaps him across the chops with his fucking pork sword. Like, I just don't understand it. So you can't help but laugh. It's fucking brilliant. Do you want to taste some throat yogurt, Harry? What? Yeah. So absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. What's the other one? Kenny Shields. This is the headline. Northern Ireland boss apologises for saying women are more emotional than men. Have you ever met a woman? Fuck me backwards. It is. It's brilliant, isn't it? I was crying reading it. It's like, it's fucking brilliant. It's better than any of the comedy they make. They actually make real comedies and write them, and they're terrible. But if you just flick the BBC News, it's fucking brilliant. If you've got the best, if you've got the good outlook in life, and you just have to laugh, you piss yourself laughing. I fucking love it. So we'll cover them after I've had a rant. So what we'll do is we'll start with the serious stuff. Oh yeah, and there is a serious story about David Amos as well, which, I mean, you'll all be pleased to know. You'll all be pleased to know that the bloke that we imported from Somalia, it's going to be on three squares for the rest of his life. Probably live to be about 145 because it's 2022. And I'm sure he'll benefit of all of the advancements in technology we make. So winner, absolute winner there. But let's do the first news story. Oh yeah, and before, I always have to do a preamble rant on, and so I watched Paz's video earlier where some twat who he's helped out has been talking shit about him. All I'll say with that is there's two things. First of all, I just want to put my hat on the table and say Paz held my channel before anybody else. So I've always had a soft spot for Paz. I think I had about 500 followers when Paz first gave me a shout out on his YouTube channel. So I've always got a soft spot for that bloke. So anybody who he doesn't like, I don't fucking like, is the first thing I'll say, which is probably why he won't say who it is, because I love an argument and I'll just come out and call him a cunt. And secondly, I just want to confirm for everybody watching, is there something wrong with sitting in a chair and talking shit? Apparently, someone's having a pop at him saying, oh, yeah, he does these soulless live streams where he just sits there and talks. And the first thing I thought was, well, what the fuck else do you do on a live stream? What else do you do? Yeah, I know a lot of you are saying the same. Yeah, Paz sent you over. Yeah. Honestly, I had about 498 subscribers or something when I first got sent a video. Someone said, oh, Paz sent me and showed me the video, and he put my channel on his page. So, you know, he's on my team. And the second thing I wanted to talk about was apparently if you just sit in a chair and talk shit with no preparation, that makes for a soulless live stream. Well, hello, that's what I'm here, right? If I want someone to point me at what else you can do during a live stream to make it fucking entertaining. And can someone please point me to a link where you've got somebody who's got like what? Dancing elephants, fucking strobe lights. You know, what do they do? Like clap their hands and some fucking midgets come in dressed as futuristic prostitutes doing some sort of like choreographed dance moves. What do you want from a fucking live stream? You sit in a chair and you talk bollocks. It's not rocket science. I don't even see how that's supposed to be fucking... That's supposed to be an insult. Oh, his live streams are boring. All he does is sit there and talk. Well, join the fucking club. If anyone wants to point me towards some paragon of YouTube, editing, production values, please show me the way to this fucking paragon of the genre who makes his live streams gloriously entertaining. Honestly, what do you want me to do? Take my shirt off? Tweak my nipples as I'm reading you the news? I don't understand. I don't understand how that's even a critic or even a viable criticism of somebody. So yeah, whoever he doesn't like, I don't fucking like. It's very simple. I've said that about many things in life. The Bootneck, because he takes his lifestyle choices from David Gemmell books and Trust the Legend, I like to try and draw a line in the sand about who I do and I don't like. Same as people who don't like dogs. If you don't like dogs, I don't like you. I think that's a good fucking rule. Because the only people who don't like them, I think it's because, you know, dogs they've got a sort of innate I don't know whether it's the sense of smell or that sort of just the way they are, because they're not big thinkers. They just go with a gut. But if a dog doesn't like you, I don't fucking like you. And it definitely speaks well of, shall we say, the regulars at Alan's legendary snack bar, right? The ones who aren't very devout, I get on with them, lads. Most of them were just fucking born, unfortunately, into a family that may have revered the epileptic goat herding shit for brains warlord dwarf, and they've got nothing to do with it. So they're not very devout. Those lads are sound. They're like my mate Atif, like I said, whose parents tried to get him to marry his cousin, and he says, "Fuck you, I'm going to Thailand for a month." So I think dogs, being a good judge of character, yes, Derek, they are. And I didn't know they could read body language. Rotten politics. I'm sure they can. That's a simple rule I have. So there's another one. If you don't like them, I don't like you. There's plenty of them. And that's that. Right. Now I've did my preamble for my mate, I will get to the news. The Brooklyn shooting, right? Prepare to get a rage boner, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, get a rage wide on. Yeah, this is going to be fucking messy. Because what has transpired in the last 12 hours has basically taught me that ultimately the powers that be are so enthralled. Well, they are ideologues, I keep using the term. They're so enthralled, so completely consumed by their insane, fucked up ideology that they don't care who dies to get to where they think they want to be. And we know this from the gulags and the butcher's bill. Whenever you get a communist utopia, yeah, whether it's the Great Leap or Stalin or fucking, it doesn't matter. Name your communist fucking dictator. They think casualties are all part of getting you to the promised land. Like, if it takes us some dead people to get to where we go, then it's worth it. That's what communists always think. And the woke are communists. As I've said, I don't like to make it any more complicated than you need to. People like to use terms like neo-communist or fucking proto-communist or whatever. The communists. They're not Marxists, well, and Marxists, but again, it all gets jumbly. So just call them fucking commies. It's easy, right? And they don't care about the butcher's bill. If they think it furthers their ideology, they don't care. They don't care about children, which I covered yesterday in my video about total vindication for all of us that have been skeptical. They knew it was going to be killing children. They knew it was going to be bad for killing children. And this is what I said. They always do what they accuse you of. They were killing children. So they say, if you don't let us brainwash all the kids, you're killing children. Because they always accuse you what they're doing. They always say everything's harm. You're harming people. Always make it a safety issue. That's what they train them, don't they? Say it's a safety issue. If someone disagrees with you, you don't just say, I don't like that cunt, I disagree with them. You say, oh, I'm worried about my safety. Because they're trained how to get what they want. And when a thick shit for brains, weak politician like Boris Johnson hears safety issue, they go, fuck, it's a safety issue. I might be liable to some sort of lawsuit. I've got to just bend over and let them bounce on my shit box for all eternity. This is why we're in the problem that we're in, because these people are cunning and manipulative and clever and trained Marxists, right? They know what to say. It's like I said, it's like the Al-Qaeda handbook. They know what to say to get maximum results. Make everything a safety issue. Accuse them of what they do. Every fucking time they say something, it's either a lie or they're accusing you of doing what they're doing. And they knew letting 8-year-olds start taking puberty blockers on a fucking whim was going to harm children. So what did they do? They did it and then said, if you don't let us do this, you're harming children. You're killing them. Why are you killing people? All the kids will kill themselves if you don't let us fill them full of pills. You bastard, you're harming children. That's what they were doing. And again, I don't need to say this. You know that it's true. You know that it's true. Deep down, anybody, even the woke cunts who turn up in the chat, know it's true. They know what to say to manipulate politicians. So when they say you're harming children, oh my God, my safety, they are fucking lying, right? But the final straw has come today, because yesterday I made a video, go and watch it if you haven't, where a clever woman on GB News lays out a reasonable, sensible, liberal policy for looking after kids. And it doesn't involve filling them with fucking drugs and chopping the fucking baps off, right? Well, when the evidence came out, what did I say on my live stream on Monday? When it was first kicking off, I said, go back and watch it. Again, I fucking love being right in a public place. The fact that they didn't mention his race or his colour told you what his race and his colour was, i.e. you knew it wasn't a white bloke. It said, ooh, he's 170 pounds. They talked about his fucking, they're guessing his weight, but they're not telling you what fucking colour he is. I mean, it's quite a big indicator, isn't it? Isn't it? It's like if a bloke with a big ginger afro and a lime green shell suit went on a rampage in the Metro Centre. It's like the police going, oh, we've got a shooter in the Metro Centre. Yeah, what does he look like? Maybe 162 pounds. I think he had Nike Air Max on, or he might have been wearing Adidas Samba. Over. Don't you want to mention the fucking ginger afro and the neon shell suit? You tell them what's the most obvious markers. I told you this has been pissing me off for decades, because we don't give a fuck about safety issues for the general public when you've got a woke ideology that's fucking cramming itself down everybody's throats. They don't care about your personal safety. They don't care about the law. They care about the ideology. They don't mind building mountains of skulls as long as they think they can climb it to crest the top and plant the commie flag in the corpse of a once functioning nation, right? It's been obvious for fucking 20 years. This is what I told you fuckers about when I was coming home from 4-2. I was based at 4-2 Commando, Bickley Barracks. I was getting the train home to Middlesbrough on a long weekend. It was the day after the London bombing, and they pulled me to one side in Leeds train station. Stop me if you've heard it. It was a couple of years ago. I think I made a video about it. And I was walking through the fucking station, and the coppers pulled me to one side and said, come with us, son, come with us, because I've got a backpack on. And I went with them, and they went, we have to check your backpack. I said, you're all right, officer. Look, showed him my bootneck ID. He said, yeah, I know, but we still have to check. I said, why do you have to check? Why? How many bootnecks are jihadis? How many bootnecks have devoted themselves to shopping, eating every meal at Alan's fucking legendary snack bar and detonating themselves in the middle of a fucking train station? How many bootnecks have done that? Think about it. A cop was like, I know, but we still have to check, you know. So there I am, emptying my fucking backpack out on a table. I said, oh God, this one again. Well, it pissed me off then, and it pisses me off more now, because the same shit has just shot a load of innocent people in Brooklyn. It's this is what causes it. And I'm emptying my bag out, and as he's doing it, he's like, oh, look, having a look at my toothpaste, and there's a hissing backpack, hello, Akbar, running through the fucking station. There's fucking beardy weirdies and fucking 18-year-old sweaty blokes with turbans on marching through the station. Nobody's stopping them, heavily sweating, looking from side to side. Oh, let them through. We've got to check this bootneck's backpack, you cunts. It's fucking madness. Madness. Like I said, it's like a fucking, it's like an 85-year-old woman holds up the post office. Give us all the money, you bastards. And then the copper's just going, pull everyone over. Pull everyone over. Got an APB? Yeah, just everyone. Just get everyone. Right? And that's why I told this fucking story all that time ago, because it's the same principle. That's why I've just mentioned the big ginger afro and the neon shell suit, but instead you go £167 wearing, he's got a nice watch on. And you're a fucking lunatic. These people, the people that run, as I've said, definitely in the West now, in America and in the UK, the FBI, the CIA, MI5, MI6, the policing college, all of the big institutes have been taken over by woke ideologues who care only about their ideology. So when I said on Monday The fact that they haven't mentioned his race, but they're telling you he's wearing a green construction fucking jacket is telling you who did it. And it's not a white bloke. Because if it was a white bloke, within the first hour, they'd say this blue-eyed, pasty fucking arsehole has just shot a load of innocent people on the train. Oh my God, what are we going to do about white supremacy? Oh my God. Even though the death toll from white supremacy, I mean, look at it in Britain. Look at it in Britain, we've had Manchester, London, Rotherham, Newcastle, grooming gangs, 100,000 rape kids, explosions everywhere from Manchester, pop concerts, buses, trains, stabbings, London Bridge, Borough Market. I can go on all fucking day. And what do you get? We need to worry about white supremacy. What the fuck is the death toll from white supremacy? Please, somebody show me it. I've got no time for white supremacy. I think they are fucking ignorant because I've read lots of books and I've met people that have got a tan that are cleverer and harder working than me. I've got no time for white supremacy. But when you're doing a risk assessment, as you should be doing when you're a fucking government agency, and you're saying, who is more likely to get stabby on the subway, you shouldn't be fucking letting your ideology point you in the wrong direction. You shouldn't be allowing your fucked up, ridiculous ideology to make hard, tactical decisions. There is a big threat currently assailing us, and it isn't from white supremacists, because the death toll sitting on the fucking doorstep of the white supremacist ideology is minuscule compared to the death toll of the followers of the fucking epileptic goat herding dwarf and several other ideologies. One of them is basically communism. The death toll is nowhere near. So yeah, I think white supremacy is a problem too. We shouldn't allow people to indoctrinate children with lies based around race, right? But guess what? It should take a very distant back seat when there's a problem sitting. It's the elephant in the fucking room. The death toll speaks for itself. The death toll speaks for itself, especially in Britain. Especially, who the fuck is... When was the last time a white supremacist killed a shitload of people in Britain? Anyone remember? I don't even know. Maybe it was that Welsh bloke who drove a car into a queue outside a mosque. Maybe. But I don't even think he was a white supremacist. I think he was just an anti-religion of many pieces. But that's not white supremacy, is it? You get white converts. It's not explicitly a religion, because it's a religion. It's like the only people who do it aren't white. Fucking hell. Don't all the gingers join? Because they get bullied so much. All the gingers convert, don't they? But this story proves it. So that was a big rant. But let me just go through the fucking story, right? So first of all, malfunctioning cameras appear to be hindering the hunt for a gunman. Oh, really? Really? You don't think maybe they don't want everybody looking at this fucking photo for the last 3 days because it's a black bloke, a big, bald black geezer? You don't think... How can it be all of them? All the cameras are fucked in one of the richest fucking cities in the world. How much money do New York City sit on in taxes? There are more billionaires in New York City than in any city on planet Earth. I know this because that was one of my pub quiz questions last weekend. There's more billionaires in New York City than in any city on planet Earth. But you're telling me they can't get the fucking CCTV to work. They can get the CCTV to work in Middlesbrough and nobody goes to work there. Nobody goes to work and 50% of the population is Somali and goat herders. What do you mean? The cameras don't work. So no wonder the conspiracy theorists have got the bit between the teeth because of shit like this. No, you didn't want every TV network within an hour of the shooting to have 24 fucking pictures of a big, bald black bloke with a fucking extended magazine on his Glock. That's why it's hindering the hunt. Also, police named Frank James as a suspect after naming him as a person of interest after the attack. Still no mention of what he looks like. Weird. Authorities say Mr. James had posted bigoted and threatening rants online. Look. What have I just said to you? Still, no mention. Who was he being bigoted and threatening against? If you read this fucking story and you're not switched on enough to know the fucking crack, which most people aren't, the normies aren't. When you just read Frank James, he's an older bloke and he's posted bigoted and threatening rants online, and all you ever hear about is bigoted and threatening rants from one group of people, white supremacy. Then that's who you're going to think's done it, isn't it? So if you're just a random twat reading the BBC and normie, bigoted, it'll be one of them white fellas. And then, oh, look, we've lost all the cameras. So, weird, yeah. They can have cameras watching you everywhere you eat, sleep, and shit in Middlesbrough, but they can't manage it in New York City. Pull the fucking other one. So there we go. Still doesn't mention his what he looks like. Still doesn't mention his ideology. Bigoted and threatening rants, and we only ever hear about bigoted and threatening rants in one direction. So what are you going to think? Still no mention. Is he a militant black supremacist? No. Camera's broken. No, you can't see him there. No, nothing. Oh yeah, there's loads of cameras and they check regularly, but they just didn't work, Blah blah. Nothing about him there. No, he's not a big bald black man. No, not a big bald black man. Not a big bald black man. No, definitely not. Definitely not. Bigoted, hateful, yatta white supremacy. Okay then. So what you have to do, because the mainstream media lies and they don't care about you or your children or your family, we'll have to go on to Twitter and have a look instead. So let's just do that, seeing as the BBC don't want to tell you who was responsible for the fucking murders and the shootings. Let's have a look. Mr. Frank fucking, although I don't want to even use the guy's name. Because if I do, Susan will go, whoa, you can't show pictures of people who are murderers and killers if they've got a tan. Tell you what, put fucking Dylan Roof up instead. Sorry, that's yesterday's news, man. That's yesterday's news, Susan. We're not interested in Dylan. We're talking about this cunt who you don't want to talk about, who the BBC don't want to show any footage of, who New York City don't care what he looks like and won't tell you what he looks like. Oh, he's got a green sweater on and he had a quite nice watch on and his shoes were blue and his jeans were brown. But what about big, baldy black bloke? BBB. Put out an APB on BBB. Big, bald black bloke. It's fucking easy. Right? Anyone can do it. I should be a copper. Yeah. Danny DeVito, if he spent 8 months on the fucking tanning tubes. Right, put out an APB on BBB. So let's have a look, right? Seen before the subway attack on his way to the train, waddles. Yeah, how does he make a run for it? And look at the shit on here. Where's the video? Oh, it's all changed since I last looked. YouTube has quickly removed the main channel for Frank James, the wanted suspect in the Brooklyn mass shooting. Posted many videos over the years. Basically, he spent years going on YouTube telling everybody that he was going to shoot a load of pasty people. I can't even use the humorous crack. And I can't say the word crack with an ER on the end, because then they'll go, that's hate speech. I'll look for any excuse to throw someone who's telling the truth honestly and openly off the platform. Yeah, this guy. Can you fucking believe this? Again, you just have to find it hilarious. I've been banned, right? Paz has been banned. Rotten Politics, everybody, we've all had a ban, right? This fucking guy who went on a rampage in the fucking subway and butchered people just with a high-powered Glock and an extended mag and a fucking load of grenades, right? He was on YouTube unmolested for years, making videos where he fully says, we shouldn't even live on the same continent as these motherfuckers. How is it not funny? If you don't find this funny, you aren't paying attention. This is the whole clown world meme, isn't it? You just have to laugh. Like me, I made a video once. I think I can probably get away with it on a live stream without showing any imagery. I made a video a couple of years ago where it was some Aussie weightlifter who transitioned, right? And she's there smashing all the birds, going, doing like bicep curls. And I said a rhyme, and it was something like, I believe his new name was Mary. And I said something along the lines of Mary, Mary, quite contrary, forearms gnarled and backbone hairy. And I remember that because I was laughing when I delivered it. I had to edit it quite a lot because it made me laugh just saying it. Right. And they jumped on that and banned me for 2 weeks and said it was hate speech, right? And then this fucking bloke who's just shot up a subway station was making overt hate for years. And Susan, this is why I don't use it. I don't call her Susan. I call her fucking Susan. Susan. Because the fucking raddled spunk Bowser doesn't care if someone fills your fucking children with holes. These people are fucking evil. And this is what I've been saying for years. Being on the right side of history, welcome to the fucking gang, lads. Welcome to the club. You want to show? I'll show you what the right side of history looks like. Fucking that. Handsome, lantern-jawed bootneck with male pattern baldness. That's what being on the right side of history looks like, because I'm on it. I'm on it. I don't preach hate. I don't say anybody should hate anybody for what they look like or what they think or how they're born. All I say is the fascists are currently the ones calling everybody a fascist. And YouTube slam me for quips and good humour. Nothing I say is hateful. It's all in good humour. And I get slapped senseless by Susan's big fat tits because I like a bit of bants. And when a fucking killer, yeah, maybe they've all lived pure luck because the gun jammed. When a fucking cold-blooded killer, a psychopath with a fucking extended magazine and a sack full of grenades goes on a rampage on the tube, it turns out that he was unmolested by YouTube for years. And he was going on YouTube and he was going, yeah, these fucking slacker, rhymes with slacker. These slackers, we got to get rid of them all. We can't even live on the same continent as them. Yeah. And Susan was like, yo, he's a good lad. He's a fucking good lad, him. Old Danny DeVito with a tan. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. I love it. Again, I made that video yesterday about the sweet taste of vindication, and this is more of the same. I fucking love it. I love it. And like I said, they can put both maps on the fucking scales as much as they like. All I need is time, because I've got two things on my side, time and reality. And if you're one of the masses, centre-right, centre-left, centrist, even nationalists, right-wingers, your ideology is not as toxic and fucked up as the one that currently rules the world, because you care about children getting shot. You care about 100,000 kids getting tortured and raped. They don't. They run cover for the rapists and they secretly assist the killers. And then they'll sit there, and because the bootneck makes a politically incorrect quip, they'll go, you're on the right side of history, man. You're on the wrong side of history, man. Yeah. Emptying a fucking Uzi into a crash. You're on the wrong side of history, man. Saying that politically incorrect joke. Oh, far out, dude. Yeah, fucking cheers. Cheers. I love it. I love it. So, right side of history, you're fucking looking at it, fellas. I've never ran cover for a killer. I've never tortured and raped children or helped the people that do it. But do you know who has? Silicon fucking Valley has. Do you know who else has done it? The government's done it. Do you know who else has done it? Sky News, Channel 4, BBC, The Guardian, MI5, MI6, FBI, CIA. They've helped the killers and the rapists and the pedos and the murderers. They're fucking happy to do it. And they'll say, ooh, it's just a conspiracy theory. Well, ladies and gentlemen, who do you believe? Them or your own lying eyes? Go on Twitter, type in the fucking name Frankie James and prepare to be astounded, because this fucking bloke was free to peddle spite and hate and malice and contempt and loathing for years on YouTube, and they did nothing about it. Oh, here's another one. Let's listen to him.
And that's why we should be exterminated. That's why we should be off this fucking planet, because we don't give a fuck that the fact that we're doing damage to the very thing that gives us life. We have no sense of it and don't want to know shit. which means you're gonna be exterminated. Pray. Pray till your fucking face falls off. Do you not think the Jews who at Auschwitz didn't pray?
Fuck, I can't even play it, can I? I can't even play it because I'm worried what mad shit he's going to say. And then Susan will go, oh yeah, you know that bloke whose account we ignored for 3 years? Well, you accidentally played 30 seconds of it on your fucking YouTube. So unfortunately, Bootneck, we're just going to have to lock you in the gulag, you cunt. I mean, it's brilliant, isn't it? Again, this is why I love YouTube. So I love doing it. I've told you fuckers this. I don't do this for money. I haven't got a monetized channel. I make nothing. Get about 12 quid a month or some shit. I do this because I like being right in public forever, because it's out there forever. And this is it. This is what I live for. I fucking love it. And I can't play a 30-second clip of what that balmy cunt, because he is as mad as a box of frogs and as hateful as a fucking rattlesnake with a hangover. And he was unmolested on YouTube for fucking years, and I love it. And Rotten Politics and Paz, and we got a problem, and everybody else, Sargon, the most milquetoast, reasonable, centrist chap you'll ever meet. He's never said anything hateful in the 5 fucking years I've listened to him. Flung off the platform, treated like a pariah, while these cunts could just fucking spew it. The Twitter threw Donald Trump off, and they've got the Taliban on there. Got the fucking ISIS were on Twitter when Donald Trump was fucking banned. So I love it. I fucking love it. So that is enough. All I'll leave you with is that, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't believe me, go and make your own judgments. Type in that twat's name on Twitter and go and prepare to be fucking astounded. And look at the picture of him. Look at the picture of him. And just think about what I'm telling you about how everybody's in on it. If you were asked to do it, I mean, you're not trained. I got trained by the military how to do a good description of a person. AOH, right? The teacher mnemonics, you go like age, build, the gait, the way they walk, shit like that. Even if you're untrained, you'd just look at that bloke and you'd go, fat, bald, black bloke dressed in black. Easy. Fat, bald, black bloke. BBB. Big, bald, black bloke. Simple. Even a 4-year-old could remember that. I'm running off to give first aid to someone, say to my fucking 10-year-old niece, just remember BBBB. What? Big, bald, black bloke. Easy. Done. Coppers will fucking pick him up in 10 minutes. He's more than 100. Yeah, no fucking shit. If he's 170 fucking pounds, Blue Van Man is a prize-winning jockey. Right? Yeah. Blue Van Man's a prize-winning jockey. Have you seen Blue Van Man? Like I said, he eats fucking sausage rolls for a day job. 170 pounds of my fucking ass. They're probably trying to cover for him, aren't they? So yeah, BBBB, easy. Piece of piss. But you can't make it up. So ladies and gents, do your own research. Don't listen to me. Type that guy's name in on Twitter and prepare to be amazed. And then after you've been amazed, get angry, because the FBI, the CIA, and the state, and the MI5 and MI6 and college of policing and all the mainstream media and Silicon Valley, they don't care about your safety. They don't care about your children's deaths. All they care about is pushing a fucked up woke ideology. And they think if hiding and obfuscating the point whenever anybody with a tan murders a load of people, or ignoring them and letting them do it is going to help them move their ideology on, well, they'll do it because they're psychos. So fuck them. Right, let's stop. I've had enough ranting about Frank James. Next one. Quickly, I'll cover this again. Then I want to get to some funny stuff, because we don't want to end on a low, do we? Obviously, David Amess's murderer fucking given a whole life sentence. Ooh, winner. The only reason I want to bring this up, right, is because of the glaring contradiction in the woke justice system, right? Glaring contradiction. Because they love talking about whole life sentences, right? I'll briefly do it and I'll do the rant. So yes, Ali Abi Ali, he's a Somalian. He killed David Amess. You all know there's no point in me going on it. He greeted the murderer with a smile of friendship, and then the human toilet ended his life. This degenerate scum should never have been in the country. And it's just another casualty of the woke immigration project. right? So he was murdered by this Somalian bloke who should never have been in the country. But I want to just stick with the headline. I'll be here all day, right? Whole life sentence. Those 2 words, well, 3, whole life sentence. Those 3 words contradict the entire woke left-wing narrative on crime and punishment, right? Because they say it's not about punishment, it's about rehabilitation. So we say those on the right, now I am right-wing on crime and punishment because it's the only one that appears to work. When you say somebody who rapes and eats children should be given the death penalty, they say, no, it's barbaric. No. It's not about retribution. It's about justice, right? It's about rehabilitation. Well, my retort is if someone's done something so bad you can't rehabilitate them, what's the point in keeping them alive forever? And when they instantly fall back on whole life sentence, they think they're making a great point there to assuage the general public. But what they're doing is contradicting themselves because they say when someone does something awful, normally they get life. And because the West is pathetic and there's no justice for normal people anymore, if someone rapes and kills your fucking 8-year-old daughter, they get life. And then they get out after like 18 years or something. And they go, oh, yeah. Life's about 18 years. No, life should mean fucking life, right? So then they changed the law and said, oh, now we'll have whole life sentence. Well, all right, get rid of the fucking life sentence then. Get rid of it. If life sentence doesn't mean life sentence, get rid of it. But instead, because they love playing word games, they keep that. We still go, oh, life sentence for that cunt, and he's out in 18 years. Means nothing, right? So then, because they think you're thick, they go, oh, well, now we'll have whole life sentence, and you're definitely in forever. And then they try and present it as if it's a good thing, but they've completely contradicted themselves because they go, oh, yeah, it's not about punishment, it's not about retribution, but they're in a whole life sentence now. They'll never get out. Well, fucking kill them then. Is it about retribution and justice, or is it about rehabilitation? You say it's about rehabilitation, but now you're celebrating the fact you've given someone a whole life sentence. Yeah, he'll never get out, never, yeah. Well, make your fucking mind up. Is it about retribution, or is it about rehabilitation? If it is about rehabilitation, you've just contradicted yourself. And if it's about retribution, well, why don't we do the taxpayers a fucking favour and save us a couple of million quid and get rid of Ali Harvey Ali and any dirty, slimy, murdering fucking shit cunt that follows his deranged ideology? How about that? How about that? Easy? Fucking easy. So there we go. I want to talk about that whole life sentence. It's bollocks. Do they think we're stupid? We've already got a life sentence on the cards. It means nothing. So get rid of it. Just say, yeah, you raped and killed a 10-year-old. We'll give you 12 years in jail. You can't. Just tell us. Because calling it a life sentence when they're not even going to get life is ridiculous. And then this new whole life sentence is retributive. So nobody cares. Nobody cares. Again, up is down and left is right to these people. They don't fucking have a leg to stand on. Everything they say is bollocks. And they're all a bunch of massive, massive choppers. Okay, moving on. I said I'd finish on some funny ones. I'll have to rush through them because it's nearly been an hour and I've got shit to do. First things first, this is a fucking beauty, right? We can always end on a high note when you've got the BBC. Fantastic Beasts 3, gay dialogue removed from the film for Chinese audiences. Yes, because, you know, us in the West, we're evil. We're all white supremacists. But you know what? We don't. We don't kick off when Dumbledore has to spit a few sailors' cocks out to deliver his lines of dialogue. Do we? We don't fucking lose our mind when Dumbledore's giving fucking Bumblebin a fucking reach around. Although I don't even know who these people are. Don't watch Harry Potter or read it, kid stuff. The world's gone fucking mad. The world's gone mad. What are we talking about this for? We've got fucking global war, economic turmoil, jihadis, butchery, slaughter, grooming gangs. Here we are, fucking hell. Ooh, the Chinese don't want to hear about sucking cocks. If the Chinese don't want to hear about sucking cocks, that's their fucking business, isn't it? What are we obsessed with this? Do we have to cram it down everybody's throats? Even the Chinese. What the fuck has that got to do with us? I've always defended the Chinese against eating dogs, even though I love dogs. Because I'm a liberal, and I correctly pointed out that even though we love dogs, It's an alien culture, thousands and thousands of miles away. And if they've never really treated dogs like pets, we can't really complain about it, can we? Because the Indians worship cows and we still eat cows because of a different country. So I've always said, you know what? I think it's barbaric and I'd never fucking eat a dog. But you can't exactly chastise them because they're different people. Might as well chastise an alien from a completely different continent, an ancient millennia-old culture, and that's what they do. You can't really go on about it too much. And again, this is because I'm consistent, right? Which the woke aren't. I like dogs, but I like freedom. And I understand that people can have different opinions. So even though I'm against it and I think it's horrible, I don't think you can chastise them for it. These barmy cunts think you can just rock up in China and go, oh, you don't like cock, you cunt. We can't be having that. You have Xiao Fen bum his fucking dad till his head falls off. What do you want us to do? Invade them? Send the British Army over. Suck the cock, motherfucker. Is this the line we're going down with our tolerance? Is our tolerance? What's Joe Biden going to scramble the Navy SEALs? Load of blokes with tridents on their arm jumping out the chopper. What's the objective? Well, we've just jumped out of a chopper and we're going to make you suck a chopper because you're not doing as you're told, you fucking horrible cunts. The liberals are not liberal. They're insane communist fascists and they don't allow people having a different opinion. To the point where they'll smear a millennia-old nation full of individual people because they're not massively into cock. And I haven't seen the film, but I'm guessing by the one on the far right is the one that's doing the gobbling because he looks like a fucking dickhead. Look at the state of it. What's he wearing there? Naughty flared chinos and some sort of fucking camp Bond villain polo neck. I mean, he's got to be. Anyone in the comments want to correct me? He's got to be the nosh bag. Surely, he must slosh when he walks. That fucker. So references to a gay relationship have been removed by Warner Brothers, and this is what they think we need to read about. 6 seconds of the third installment, which alluded to romantic past between Dumbledore and Grindelwald. Oh, God. I'd love to know what them 6 seconds were. Remember when I was in you, Dumbledore? Yeah, fucking mint. Anyway, how's Harry doing? Chinese like, fucking hell. Chinese like, fuck me, ragged. So that's class. I love it. I love it. And finally, for our last humorous story of the day, Kenny Shields. Right? Honestly, you might as well apologise for saying the sun is warm. Like, there's plenty of women in the fucking chat here. Is it incorrect to say women are more emotional than men in general? As the writer of this story never fucking met a woman. Rain, that's wet. Fucking hell, Kenny. Calm down. You know what I mean? Basketball players are taller than dwarves. Fucking hell, Kenny. Is this what we're reduced to? Monks that fast for fucking Ramadan. Although they're not called monks, are they? Mullahs that devoutly fast for Ramadan. They're always skinnier than fucking sumo wrestlers. No, fatter than sumo wrestlers. Okay, I'll calm down, Kenny. Anyway, I've killed that analogy now and ruined it by getting my words muddled up. Yeah, that's mad, that, innit? Northern Ireland boss apologises for saying the blatantly fucking obvious. Okay, HRE Calicat is not very emotional. Yeah, and as I've said, in general, right? Something like 1 in every 10 blokes is very, very effeminate. And probably the same number of women are very, very masculine. But in general, it is 100% accurate and correct to say women are more emotional than men. And you know it and I know it. And probably every woman in the chat knows it. Certainly my fucking wife knows it. And I think every bird I've ever dated knows it. Granted, Bootneck's a bit of a savage. The idea that you've got to apologise for stating facts perfectly sums up 2022 because we have lost the fucking plot. The world's gone completely mad. And because of these postmodernist commie fucks, Up is down and left is right. So, of course, you've got to apologise for stating a fact. Of course, you've got to lambast China for not wanting to talking about rim jobs and fisting. Of course, you've got to let the murderer, the killer, the groomer, the rapist, the torturer, the paedophile, of course, you've got to let them get away with it if they don't happen to be of a certain demographic that looks a bit like me. Of course you do. Because it's 2022 and it's fucking brilliant. It's fucking brilliant. It is just the year of the bants. I tell you what, if you can't help but laugh. I will be splitting my sides come Christmas. I guarantee you the fucking world's gone mad and I'm going to enjoy the fucking ride. Because what else can you do? What else can you do? We're living in clown world. You've got to enjoy it. Right, I'm going to call it a day there. Ladies and gentlemen, I spoil you fuckers. You can have that hour for now. Oh, yeah, one thing. I've made a Reddit. Nobody's on there. I made a Reddit because unlike Telegram and Getter and fucking, I forget everything. Reddit, I do actually go on quite regularly because I like to go on to Reddit to read 40k stuff and also PC stuff as well. So my Reddit, I do go and check quite regularly. So make sure you have a fucking follow if you want to get in contact with me or share me any terrible stories that you think will make me piss myself laughing. Send them to me on Reddit and follow that community there because I do check it quite regularly. And other than that, fuck it. I'll see you all tomorrow. Please keep laughing. It's the only way to deal with this shit. Don't take it personal. Don't pull a Frankie James and go on a machine gun rampage assisted by the state and Silicon Valley. It's a terrible idea. Yeah, the big boys might be helping you, but your life's going to be in tatters afterwards and it's pointless anyway. So yeah, we'll just keep being right and we'll keep on laughing. And eventually we will be vindicated by time and fucking reality. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. Toodle pip.